New growth cannot exist without first the destruction of the old. That is a quote by Guru Lahima, a character from Avatar The Last Airbender, or Legend of Korra in this case. My personal thoughts on this is deeply profound quote within the fact that it's from a children's TV show, yet it brings a good example of what is necessary to grow as a people in a society. To firstly bring down the structure that is what we have now to bring forth new comings can be seen in different ways. Personally, I'm for tradition. I think it's a good thing to have within our lifetimes, and it's also a good foundation. What I believe is not mentioned in this quote is the fact we need a foundation. For example, first the destruction of the old. When people think destruction, they think the entire thing goes down to even the foundation, which I think is wrong. In almost every case, especially when a building, for example, is being taken down, there are things like just the simple fact that, fuck, what am I saying? When a building is brought down, the only thing left really is the foundation. And what comes from there? A new building, new life brought upon that space. I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. I'm trying to sound profound and deep or whatever. It's fucking stupid. Anyways, what's up, YouTube? Back at it again. Nihilistic ass here. What am I doing with my life? Absolutely nothing. I am in shambles. Not really, actually. I'm doing quite well. Concerns about school, my future, how I'm a fucking chud who's doing nothing in life. That sort of thing. Like recently, I found a college that I want to go to. It's called TUJ, or Temple University of Japan. I think it's an American based. I think it's an American based college that just has a whatchamacallit, has a campus in Japan that you can apply for directly. Which I'm doing that because I want to live in Japan. Like, I went there March of 25, I think. Yeah, March of 2025. Fucking loved it. I saw Mount Fuji and I was like, holy shit, I have to move here. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was originally going through, like, I was gonna go through a Kawa, or language teaching school. They're like the JET program. But I was like, no, because I want to get my permanent residency there fast, because I don't want to be relying on visas the entire time. That's really scary. Okay. Yeah. What's up with everyone, actually? I haven't uploaded in like 3 months, or possibly more. I think more. It's more than likely more. Let me check. It's been shit since January. 5 months. Okay. Yeah. You say I'm out of this, from last time, I'm out of that depression slump. That's good shit. Looking for jobs now. Which actually, I wanted to talk about. The job market is actually so ass at the moment. I'm currently trying to do anything with my life because summer's here. I turned 17 in April. I'm almost an adult next year. I have 10 months left. I have 10 months left until I'm a full-fledged ass adult. That's scary as shit. I don't know why people don't talk about that. Like, I'm moving to a completely different country as soon as I turn 18. I'll be fucking all alone basically, except if I make friends in Japan, which is unlikely because I'll be the weird fat fucking tourist looking guy who's not a tourist, he's actually fucking living there, going to college for history or whatever bullshit degree I'm getting for teaching. I'll be hanging out at temples and shrines for the Buddha because I'm Buddhist, I guess. Like, who fucking. Why is the white boy a Buddhist? Fucking weirdo. I think I mentioned last time I'm writing a book. If I didn't mention that, it's going along horribly. I have almost no progress done. I have 2 chapters done and a quarter of a prologue done because I was like, oh, this really needs a prologue to explain why this is sad and you should feel bad for them. Anyways, I started watching The Legend of Korra again because I actually loved it the first time. I don't know why people hate on Legend of Korra. It could be from a multitude of factors, such as their deep hidden misogynistic ideals, the fact they're just dicks, or nostalgia overriding their sense of pride and them taking personal. What's it called? Taking it personally when they changed the main character. Which I think is stupid because almost the entire point of Avatar The Last Airbender was, hey, you should learn to care but also not be attached at a certain point. Well, that's at least what I got. Like, you can love things and love them dearly, but there's going to be a time when it ends or it changes in some way. And you should be okay with that. Like, Aang's biggest problem was letting go of the fact of his connections to his people and the people he cared about in the moment. There's literally an entire episode about why he couldn't get to the Avatar state because of it. And now, these fans, who I don't want to insult because it's just mean, have near zero media literacy when it comes to such a factor of life, and now they blame it and say it's bad because they fear it, which I think fear holds back us a lot as just a people, because fear prevents our freedoms from being attained at really any given moment. Which also brings me to my next point. The concept of freedom is very hard to define at times, and it's really weird to try and define it. Like, for different peoples, the idea of freedom is much different to any other groups. Like, America's sense of freedom and our ability to do damn near anything is different to, let's say, the people of China, because they come from a war-torn country that was ravaged for a couple hundred years by Japan and Mongolia and all these other countries in ancient times. And so now their idea of freedom is being able to put food on the table, having the freedom to walk comfortably through their streets, be one with their family. But my idea of freedom is being able to do as you please. But there's also a certain extent to doing what you please. Because I believe someone who has absolute freedom needs to have absolute morality, which I don't think will ever happen within humans. Even people such as like holy monks from the Christian church or Buddhist monasteries, they'll still have that pang, that human urge to do something that is deemed quote unquote unholy. Because a lot of the time, holiness is only bound by the concept of simply following one's roles. And I think that's fine to an extent, but we need to grow past these preconceived notions that we must do something else someone laid there for us. We're always said we're given choices. But is it really your choice if the road was already built? They're making you go left or right. Go wherever the fuck you please. It doesn't matter. In the end, we'll all be dead. So why not live life and enjoy it right now instead of fearing and worrying at any given moment? I know it sounds hypocritical because I started the video saying I'm fearful of college and growing up, but my thing is I don't let that fear control me. I want to go walk somewhere, I go walk somewhere. I want to say something, I just say it. Because we're going to forget it over time. And even if we don't, even if our generation doesn't, as time goes on, we'll slowly forget. There will be a point in time where the mundane could be fucking flying. Who knows? And it's not our problem to constantly worry and degrade our mental health simply because someone else told us that we should live a certain way. Why should I get furniture in my future apartment? Sure, it looks cool, but I'm not the person to usually use furnishment. I'll have blinds and shit, but that's because I like blinds. We're all controlled by something, and I think it's best we learn to let go. Learn to love while we're at it too. 'Cause there's such a deep lack of it within our current society. Because we have such a what's it called? We live such a lonely lifestyle even though we're so surrounded by people. We're all fake. Like, for example, like when you go to the grocery store and they're asking how your day is, they don't care about your day. They're asking simply because it's a quote-unquote nicety and expected. You shouldn't have to live by someone else's expectations to live a happy life. Because you won't be happy. You'll think you're happy, but are you truly? I think that's really all I have today. I'll see y'all whenever. Bye.